Hey beauties, welcome back. 'Tis the season to be vamp. If you want to see how I got this dark, smoky, but beautiful makeup look, then just keep on watching. So jumping right into this makeup look, we've already primed the face and we are going to be starting off with the eyes first. Because black eyeshadow always has fallout and it's pretty messy every time I've used it. I usually do love to do the base first. I am a base girl, but today we're going to be doing the eyes. So just taking that e.l.f. concealer brush and I prime my eyes with that CoverGirl concealer. That's going to make sure that the color that we put on is more pigmented and stays put. So just blending that out. Going in with this Twilight palette. I got this off Amazon for under $10. And going in with that warm brown shade right in the crease. Even though this is a vampy look, you always want to use a transition shade. Not just put black all over the lids. You want to have a gradient of color, so always use a transition shade. So we're going in on both eyes, just throwing that in the crease. Going to do the same thing on the other eye, throwing that warm brown shade in the crease. Just back and forth motions. That's just a big fluffy blending brush. And blending that out pretty good. We don't want any harsh lines because black can tend to be harsh looking. So just making sure everything is well blended. Now we're going to go in with a pencil liner first, actually. That will make sure that the black shadow we put on top is super pigmented. So gonna go in with that first. This also is just a regular black eyeliner. Nothing special. And gonna go in same thing with the other eye. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of throwing it on the lid because we're going to like blend it out anyway. So you can see it looks super patchy right now, but we're just going to blend that out. So that was really fast. But blended that out with a concealer brush. And now on top of that, we're going to go in with that black shadow and build it up. You don't want to put too much at one time because it can look funky. You do want to build that up. This looks messy right now, but we are going to fix it up. That's why we did our eyes first, not the base. I am a base person. Don't really do the eyes first, but I knew with black eyeshadow it was going to be a lot of fallout. And right here, we're just blending. Black eyeshadow does take a lot of blending and patience. So that's what we're doing right here. We're just building it up little by little. Going in with that same brown shade that we used in the beginning. And we're just going to blend out any of the harsh edges. Make everything look smooth. And same thing on the other eye. Soften that black up. Some black eyeshadows are tricky, some are patchy. Actually, in this Twilight palette, the eyeshadows are pretty buttery, so it wasn't too bad to work with. But still needed a lot of blending. So that's what we're doing here. Super fast. Blend. Gonna go in with that gold shade for the brow bone highlight. And then blend some more. I look a little crazy right now because there's black shadow everywhere, but it takes a lot of patience with black shadow, so we will be fixed up in just a little bit, but a lot of blending with black eyeshadow. So going back in with that concealer brush and just making sure that everything's even. taking a little cotton pad and my Garnier micellar water and cleaning up everything under the eye. And we're going right there where, if you follow where the natural part of your eye goes and go up, you will make a perfect line. So that's what we're doing with the shadow. Cleaning it up and then making a sharp line. And I love the Garnier micellar water. It doesn't burn or bother my eyes. So, and there you go. We're going to go in with the CoverGirl concealer. Put that under the eye. And put a little bit between the brows, down the bridge of the nose. Cupid's bow, and I have a little spot there, a little friend that wants to hang out. But we're going to go ahead and blend this out. Blend, blend, blend. Blend everything out. It's a little bit weird to me to do the eyes first because I do the base first, but it works for looks like this because you don't want all that fallout on your concealer or especially on your foundation. So, and I chose this concealer because it's matte but not too drying. Like, it doesn't crack and crease under your eyes. And just blending that out and making sure that line where we drew that from the eyeshadow is sharp looking. So same thing on the other eye. Blending that out, and that's a little e.l.f. concealer brush. Just going all the way over, which I usually don't do because I have fine lines and sometimes that can emphasize. But for the concealer for this look, you have to bring it all the way over to where you clean the look up. And that is the Makeup Forever. That's the powder foundation, and that's what we're going to set this concealer with. Just using that same little e.l.f. brush, setting under the eye, and actually this is what we're going to use for foundation today. So right now, just making sure everything's set down. And I'm just using the little sponge that it comes with. It is a powder foundation, so you do get pretty full coverage actually from this. High, medium to full coverage. It builds up to full coverage. It looks a little crazy now, a little patchy, but at the end it does all come together. And I do like to use the white side of that little sponge that it comes with. And you can see big difference here. That's covered up all that redness that I had. This is my favorite powder foundation of life. It blurs pores and evens out your skin. And for it to be a powder foundation, doesn't look powdery. That's why I love it. This is my second one. I've already gone through a whole compact. This shade here looks a little bit light. This is 210. I also do have 220. But for this look, it worked. So just putting that all over the face and then going back under the eyes and patting anything out that concealer brush didn't get. And as you can see already, my face looks 100% better. So crazy how you can get full coverage just from a powder foundation. And now going in with that Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Smells so good. But just bronzing up the face because that powder does make my face look a little flat, one colored. So putting some life back into my face as usual. And just putting it all around the perimeters of my face. Especially in the hollows of the cheeks, since this is such a vampy look. You want to make sure there's some color on the skin. And as you can tell already, that's a lot better. I look alive now. Going in with the Essence blush. Going to give my cheeks some flush of color. And I always do keep my blush up. It gives you a lifted look. If you put blush on the apples of your cheeks, it makes your face look more round. If you keep the blush just on the back sides of your cheekbones, it gives you a lifted look. So that's what we're going for. And that is the Wet n Wild highlighter. And this is actually a cream to powder highlighter. So it was a little difficult to use with my brush, but it still worked. But I do prefer this better with fingers. But as you can see right there, it was like bam, glow time. So just putting that on the high points of my face, just like I would normally do. Cheekbones, Cupid's bow, bridge of the nose, forehead. Anywhere I would just normally put highlighter or that the light naturally would hit my face. And like I said, this is cream to powder, so it's probably better with a finger. And I didn't show this in the beginning, but that's the primer that I used for under the Makeup Forever powder foundation. That's just the photo finished Smashbox Original, which I find works really good with powder foundations. And then going in the waterline with that same black liner that we put on the lid. And then dragging it up for a little wing. And that little liner came in that's a hard candy liner. It came in a little kit. And going back in with that concealer brush and just buffing out a little bit of that same black eyeshadow on underneath the lash line. And then going to go in with some Tarte mascara, Lights Camera lashes, and just coat our lashes with that. Same thing with the other eye. I did 2 coats of this mascara, going back in with that same butter bronzer that we used, and we're actually going to contour the nose with this look. Just felt like it needed it with such vampy black eyes. So just contouring the nose, which is something I usually don't do, but felt like needed something else. So a little bit on the bottom of the lip, and then going in with some black liner on the lips. I do overline my lips just a little bit, not too much. Don't want to look too crazy. But filling that in also. And then we're going to take our finger and kind of like pat it out. Because right now it does look a little crazy. But as you can see, it blended out pretty easily with my finger. And then we're going to go in again with a little bit more highlighter on my finger. I think this cream to powder highlighter just works better with the finger. I think the finger warms it up and it makes it melt into your skin better than just that brush. Because the brush kind of made the highlighter sit on top of my skin. So looked a lot better when I used my finger. And then we're going to go in with this Maybelline Tattoo ink, and this is from the Coffee collection, and just putting a little bit of that on the center of the lips, and there you go. There you have it, the finished Vampy look. And going to put a little bit of this ColourPop setting spray, just because we did use the powder foundation. We don't want anything to look powdery. And this is very hydrating, so that's why I chose this one. But there you have it, the whole finished Vampy makeup look. And as always, thanks for watching.